So in this webinar, we are going to cover all these things. First one is the workflow. Then second is the work module. Then HR module, finances. What are the different types of dashboards we are offering? Then what are the different third-party integrations which we have done in the worksuite? What are the additional modules we are providing? And what is our short-term roadmap for the future? So starting with the workflow. So this one is the team workflow, like it is the company and workflow. So the workflow is like there is going to be one admin, which you can also say that it is the owner of the application or the company. The admin will have multiple employees. Each employee can be assigned projects, and in projects there can be multiple tasks, and employees can run timers for those tasks. Okay, simple enough. Then for the HR part, there will be attendance module and also the leaves module to track the attendance and leaves of the employees. Okay, this is the team workflow. Then coming to the client workflow, or you can also say it is the customer workflow. Admin can create multiple clients, or there is also options to enable where customer can register themselves for the application. You can link the customer or the client with the projects, contracts, tickets, and invoices. Okay, so we have given the client panel option where the customer can log in themselves and track their all the contracts, projects, tickets, invoices, make the payments directly through the application, and also track the timers or tasks for the projects they have given to the company. So, coming to the next one, the first module which we are going to discuss is the work module. In the work module, we have four things: contracts, projects, tasks, and time logs. Let me go through the demo with this. So when we log in, this is the work module. So coming to the first one is the contracts. The contracts are created for the customers or clients. When the contract is created, like when we create the while creating the contract, you can assign the start or end date and create the entire description. You can also decide like what is the contract type and what will be the contract value, like it is the amount. And for the contract, you can assign the client which is related to the contract and other details also. When you will open the details of the contract, this is how going to will be. This is the description of that contract. You can there is option to for the when you will send the contract to a customer. There is option for the customer to sign that contract. Okay, and let's suppose that the end date of the contract is in the past or it is over. Then you can also renew the contract also. If you want to make some discussions, you can do it over here and also attach files to a contract. There is option to download the PDF version of the contract also. Once the contract is signed, there is you can create projects also. So when you create a project, you can enter the descriptions, create some notes, and also create the public project. What the public project means, like you instead of showing to the particular employees, you want some projects to be publicly available for all the employees of the company. then you can simply check this one, like this is a public project and it will be visible to all the employees. Otherwise, you will have to select the project members for that project. Then the project will be visible only to the selected members. You can set some budget for the in terms of money, and also for in terms of number of hours you want to assign for that project. When you open the details of the project, there are multiple things which you can do. Like when you go to the member section, there is option to assign a project admin. So what the project admin is, this project admin will have certain extra permissions which other project members do not have. Like you want to assign some head for that project, so who can manage all the tasks or other details and information. You can assign some project admin to the project. When you go to the overview section, you can quickly see the all the, like what is the current state of that project, what is the project budget, how much is the earning, what are the expenses done for that project, how many hours have been logged, how many tasks have been completed. If you have if the number of hours have been run over the as per the estimated hours you have created for the project, then it will also show that how many overrun hours you have. Same thing goes for the overrun for the project money also, earnings also. On the right side you will have see the what is the activity for that project. You can attach multiple files. Then there is also option to create milestones for that project, and these milestones can be linked with the tasks. You can also see the task board. This is the Kanban board for the project. We also provide the Gantt chart for the project, which can be seen in the month view or week view. You can link the invoices with the project. I will tell you more about the invoices when we will go to the finance section. Same thing for the expenses, payments, discussions, and so on. Like there can be cases sometimes, like there are some projects which are which you are going to create multiple times in every few days. So for that you can create project templates. So, so what these templates will help you, like you can instead of entering same information again and again for the new project, you can simply create the templates and use that template to create a new project directly. Yeah, so this is the project module. Now coming to the task, when you create a task, yeah, you can enter the details like what is the title, when you are going to start that task, and what will be the due date. You can also create a task without due date also. If you want, you can assign the task to the employee, or otherwise you can assign the employee later also. You can link the task with some labels, milestones, and there is one option called private. So what this private task means, that if the employee, only the employee for to which this task has been assigned can see that task. It will not be visible publicly. It will only be visible to the assigned uh, member only. If you want that you want to run timers for that project, then you will have to enable, like this is the billable project. And by billable, it also means that you can generate invoices for the clocked hours you have done for that task. You can also set the time estimate, that what are the estimated number of hours for that, for the completion of that task. Task can be repeatable also. Like if you, instead of creating same task again and again every 2 or 3 days, you can make it repeatable and it will be created automatically as per the configuration you have set. You can also link the task with another task. Like there can be case like where you want that task to be completed only after the previous task has been has been done. Then you can link with it with the another task, so that there can be some dependency. When you open the task detail, there can be option. There are options like you can mark it as complete, or you can pin the task. Pin the task can also be used as like bookmarking a task. There can be files which you can attach to the task. There can be multiple subtasks also. Users can add the commands, and while running the timer, the task needs to be selected so you can see all the timers which have been clocked for the particular task. There can be notes, and in the history section, you can see the activity of that task. On the right side, you can see the what are the start date, due date, how many hours have been logged for that task, and so on. So this is the details of the task section. Now this is the table view. We also provide the Kanban view. In the Kanban view, you can simply drag and drop the task from one status to the another. Like I'm moving the head, like I want to make moving this task to the doing section status. So I can simply drag and drop. To create more status for the task, you can click on this add status column and create new status. Like let me do, let's say, park types. Status color code. So you can see new column has been created over here, and I can simply move. Like if I do not want to work on any task, I can simply drag and drop and move to the new column. Task can also be seen in the calendar view also. In the calendar, we have month view, week view, day and list view. Yeah. So this is the task section. Now coming to the last part of the work module, we have time logs. Time logs are also called as timers. So the time logs have to be run only for the task. Those tasks can be independent or can also be linked with the project. So there are two ways to create time logs. First one is like from the top. Here I can simply click on the start timer, and all the tasks which are assigned to the current logged in user will be visible in that drop down. I can simply choose the task I'm working on, simply write the some brief information, working on design, and click on the start timer. So you can see that a notification icon has been is visible, and I can see that the timer is active now. I have the option to pause the timer also and resume the timer. And same information is visible in the table view of that in the time log section. It is showing that this is the active timer right now. So once I stop the timer, it will be completed. Right now, you can see that total in the total hours column, there is one checked icon. This shows that this is the approved time log. So in the settings, we have option like if you the time logs require approval or not. If I will enable this option, then that checkbox will not show, and it has to be first approved by the admin. Then only uh, the timer will be marked as approved. But by default, we have disabled this option. Yeah. So this is the all. This is all related to the work module. If you have any query, you can simply send those in the comment section. Now coming to the next module, which is the HR module. In HR, we have to cover employees, shift rosters, attendance, and the leaves. So coming to the first is the employee. Employees are simply the team members of your company. You can create the employees yourself, or you can also send the invitations. Like you do not want to enter all the information for your employee, you can simply create the invitation and and you can send the invite link through which your team members can register themselves for this workshop portal. While creating the employee, you can set the name, email, password, designation, and departments, and so on, other general details. You can also set that whether you want the employee to log into this application or not, and receive email notifications or not, and so on. You can set the default hourly rate for the employee also, which will be used in the timers and project section to calculate the earnings for the employee. When you click on the details of the employee, you will see other details also, like an overview of like how many leaves have been taken, how many tasks the current employee is working on, how many projects have been assigned, and so on, the other details. In the reporting too, so this section is related to like if the employee is reporting to some person, you can set that here. Okay, in the reporting tool, and then that detail will be visible on the detail section of that employee. Like this user employee Mini is reporting to Amira, and if some employee is reporting to the Mini, then those employees list will be visible in this reporting team section. In the projects tab, I can see the projects related to the this employee. Same goes for the task section. All the tasks related to this employee will be visible here. All the leaves taken by the employee will be visible here. And this is the leave quota. So I will tell you more about this when we will go to the leave section. All the timers clocked by this employee will be visible in this time log tab. You can add the documents for this employee here. You can also create the emergency contacts for this employee. Then tickets, shift roster. I will tell you more about this in the when we will go to the shift roster section. And these are the permissions, roles and permission for this permissions for this particular employee. We will cover it later. So now, when we go to the settings section, there is option for the roles and permission. By default, we have created 3 roles: admin, employee, and client. So you can create more roles also apart from this. You cannot change the permissions for the admin role, but you can change the permission for the other roles. In the roles and permission section, you can see the list of all the modules, and for every module, you can set some permissions for that particular role. Let's suppose right now I am in employee module and I want all the employees to view the list of all the employees, then I can simply choose the all permission here. Then when I will assign this all permission, then all the employees which have been assigned the employee role will be able to see the list of all the employees. If I will choose it as none, then they will not be able to see any list of employee. If you will watch carefully, we have five types of permission here. First one is the all, second is the added, third is the owned, fourth one is the added and owned, and last one is the none. All and none permissions are clearly stating that if I will set the permission as all, then everything is accessible. If I will set it as none, then nothing will be accessible. Then now, when if you will select as the edit, this edit permission means I will be able to view only those records which I have created. I will not be able to view records which have been created by some other person, only created by me only. In the own permission means all the records which are related to me. Like if we go to the task module and the permission is set to the own, then this own permission means only those tasks will be visible to me in which I am assigned as the assignee. Okay. Now, if I want to see all the tasks which either assigned to me or I have created myself, then we will have to select added and own. So this is the combination of both permission added and own. Okay, so I think all these five permissions are clear to you now. When you go to the employee list, you can simply, in the user role column, you can simply choose the type of role you want to assign to the particular user. Then coming to the next one is the shift roster. So basically in the shift roster, you can, if like you in your company, there are multiple working shifts. So you can, through shift roster, you can assign the multiple shifts for every employee on a particular day. And these once when you assign the shift to an employee, like let's suppose I am assigning this shift to this employee. There are three types of shifts. And these can be customized in the settings section. If I assign the night shift, and let's suppose I am doing some remark, then this user will be notified that you have been assigned night shift on 22 of August. Okay, and when as this user I will log in to my dashboard, this information visible in this shift schedule section. Let me assign for an example. Let's suppose today's week is 31st. If I have been assigned day shift, then on my dashboard, I will be able to see that on 30th of August, which is Tuesday, I have been assigned as the day shift, and the remark details will be visible when I will hover on this info icon. As an admin, you can manage these shift or multiple shifts from the setting section. In the attendance settings, we have this option in the employee shifts. So here I can create more shift also, and also edit the currently edit. You need to assign one default shift, so that in case you have forgot to assign a shift to a user, then which shift will be treated as default, you have to assign this from here. Okay, one shift at least has to be default shift. Now coming to the attendance section. Now if you If you go to the this section like the dashboard, first I think we should cover the attendance settings. So in the settings, you can see the multiple options like if you, whether you want to employee to request shift change. Like just now I have assigned this day shift to myself. So if as an admin I want the employee to request the shift change, they can do it. If I will enable this option, if you want to get the current location of this of the clock user, then you can enable this option. Allow employee self clock in or clock out. So if you want that employee can clock in and clock out themselves, then you will have to enable this option. Auto clock in employee by first signing. So if you want that whenever a user logs into the application, then their first sign in of that day should be treated as the clock in. Then you can enable this option. If you want to restrict your employee on the basis of location radius, like I do not want any employee to clock in outside the 500 meter of my range, or let's suppose 100 meter of my office location, then I will set that restriction over here. If I want my employees to clock in after the shift hours also, then I will have to enable this option. If I want to restrict my employees on the basis of IP addresses, then I can create add multiple IP address, and only the employees whose IP address matches with the set list of IP address I am setting here, they will be able to clock in. So for the auto clocking, when the employee will go to their dashboard, they can see the clock in option over here, and they can simply clock in from here. This is the location. This is there can be multiple locations of your offices, business addresses. They need to select which location you are working from, which address location, and then simply set working from and then clock in, and the timer will start for their attendance. And all these information will be visible in the attendance part. Here, all the check marks signify that the particular user is present on this day. When you will click on this present, you can see all the activities of the attendance for that particular day by the user. The star are the holidays, and where you are seeing that these cross marks, this signifies that the employee was absent on this date. The total number of presents are visible in the end of the, it's like in the, you can see here like the user was present only 9 out of 31 days. This is the HR module. Now coming to the last one is the leave module. So this is the simple module, like user can apply leaves for the company. So first we need to understand like how we can configure the leaves. So going to the setting section and then leave settings. First we need to decide like where when we want to count the leaves from for the year. Whether we should count from the date of joining of every employee, or you want to count the leaves from the start of the year, which is the 1st of January. Then you can create multiple leave types. Leave types can be like casual, sick, earned, or whatever you want. So while creating a new leave type, what you need to set a name. You need to set like what is the paid status, like it is going to be a paid leave or unpaid leave. Number of leaves you want to set. You want to restrict the employee to, like you do not want any employee to take more than 2 leaves particular leave type in the month, then you can set that limit here, some color code for the clarification. Now while creating the new leave type, if you want instantly like this leave type should be assigned to all the employees, then you need to check this option here over here. These leave settings will be visible in quota, will be available in the employee details. When you go to the employee details, there is one tab called leave quota, and all those leave tab will be visible here, and you can also see the that what are the total number of leaves assigned and how many leaves have been taken by the employee, and total remaining leave will be visible on the top page. If you want these uh, to be different for this particular employee, you can simply click on manage. Like I want, instead of five, I want 8 casual leaves for this employee, then I can simply do it over here. And all this data will be updated accordingly. When user will log in, they can simply click on the new leave, select and select the leave type. This is the admin part, so it is showing this option, status approved or pending. For the employee, it will not show. They will simply they will have to simply select the leave type, select the duration, like say it is the single day or multiple day, first half or second half leave, reason for the absence, and simply apply for the leave. This is all for the HR module. Then coming to the next one is the finance. In the finance, we will cover estimates, invoice, and payments. So if you will look closely, there are two options, proposal and estimates. So what's the difference? So in this worksheet, we have treated proposals for the leads and estimates for the customers. So what are leads and what are customers? Customer or also clients. So leads are those potential customer which are come to you for some query and for some inquiry, and which can be who can be paying customer for in the future, but they are still not the customer. And the clients are the customer which are the registered customer, and who they are on those on they are the paying customer. So if you want to send some proposal, then you need to send those proposal only to the leads. If you want to send some quotation to the to your customers, then you will have to create the estimate. Let me clear again if it sounds confusing. Proposals are for the potential clients, which we call as leads. Estimates are for the existing customers only. So while creating the estimates, you can fill out all the general details, like what is that what that up to when this estimate will be valid, what is the currency, who is your customer, description, then some description. You can also choose the existing products which we have already added in the application, and so on. Then simply create the estimate. When you go now, as soon as you will send this estimate, you can also then a notification will be sent to your customer. Then customer will when the customer will open this estimate, they can simply sign that estimate, and also mark it as accept. When they will accept the estimate, that estimate will be automatically converted into an invoice. This is the view of your estimate. You can also, as an admin, create invoice directly from an estimate. Now coming to the invoices. Invoices are for your customers. So when creating an invoice, you need to set the invoice date, due date, currency, your customer. You can also link it with the project also. Then all the general details will be visible here. In the same way like we did in the estimate, you can create the add the existing product also, or you can enter new here also, new details also, and then simply click save and send. When you send an invoice to your customer, they will get a notification and they can view that invoice in their panel. And on the basis of payment configuration, which we do in the settings section, they can make the payment for that invoice directly from the worksuite application. There is option to create recurring invoices also. Like you want some invoices to be sent to a client every first date of every month, then you can create recurring invoices also for those. Now, if we go to the settings section, we have some settings for the estimate and invoices. So here you can set the logo which you want to be visible only on the invoices or estimates. Then you can set the prefix also for the invoice number, how many number of digits you want to be visible in the invoice number, and this is the how it will be. This is the for the reference, like how it will look on the invoices. You can set the language, set the default due after date. If you want a reminder to be sent to your customer, then you can configure here. Like if you want a reminder to be sent before 1 day of the due date of the invoice, then you can set that reminder over here. We have provided five types of templates, so you can choose any one which you like. These are the details which for the clients which you want to be visible on the invoices. Like if you do not want client address to be visible on invoice, you can simply uncheck this. This is the thank you note or terms and condition note, which will be added to end of the invoice. So this is the detail part, and it shows all the details related to the invoice, like what was the total and what is the total due amount. This is the status, like it is paid or unpaid. From the invoices, you can for the unpaid invoices you can also add payments directly from here. For the due amount will be automatically visible over here. You can change this amount as according to you. And you can also create partial paid invoices also. Like if the total amount for the invoice was $1,000, but only you have received only $200, then you can add $200 only for that invoice, and the remaining $800 will go to the due amount, and the invoice will be marked as partially paid. And then coming to the payment section, these are the payments which you have received for the invoices or some projects. You can also add your custom payments directly from this add payment form also. There is another option, like let's suppose you have an invoice have been marked as paid, but there is some case where you want to refund that amount. So you can simply click on add credit note, and this credit note will be created for that customer, and that customer can use that amount now to pay on another invoices in future. This will work just like as a refund. So this is for the credit note and invoices. Last one is the expenses. The expenses are simply the amount which you are paying for the expenses of your company. These expenses can be done directly by the admin or by the employee also. You can choose the expense category also. So this is all for the finance section. Now coming to the dashboards, there are two types of dashboard. First one is the private dashboard, which are the default dashboard for the employees. The employees can, as soon as they log into the application, they can see the all these information, like how many tasks have been assigned to them, how many hours are overdue, same for the projects, tasks, their time logs, and so on. And then coming to the advanced dashboard, this advanced dashboard is visible only to the admin or depending upon the permissions you have been configured for that role. There are first one is the overview dashboard, second is the project dashboard, client dashboards, then HR dashboard, tickets, and the last one is the finance. You can change the date range for the information you want to see from here. And for every dashboard also, you can choose like how many widgets you want to see for that particular dashboard. You can choose it over here. Sorry, I think I forgot to. Yeah, let me go through the dashboards again. So this is the dashboard visible to the employee only. All the this information will be visible to the employee, and all the information is related only to that particular employee only. In the advanced dashboard, there are five types of dashboard: overview, project, client, HR, ticket, and finance. And you can see all the details related for that. But for the clients and HR module or tickets module, you can change the date range from here and also configure the widgets you want to see for every type of dashboard. I will take the questions after by the end of this webinar. I'm going through your questions. Let me just quickly finish